Hey everyone, Coach Dan here. Thank you for opting into my video series, and today I want to talk to you a little bit more about golf fitness and how we improve our golfers here, specifically how we increase club head speed and distance. So unfortunately there's a big problem right now. Most golfers obviously that come in want to increase club head speed, want to increase distance, but their training doesn't mirror that. And what I mean by that is they're still doing outdated workouts. Maybe they're doing machines or some type of static flexibility program, whatever it may be, or maybe it's even an old program they used to do in high school. But if you watch today's golf, if you watch today's tour pros, they're definitely athletes, and we need to train accordingly. So how we approach our training in here with our golfers is training them like athletes. And a good analogy we use with increasing club head speed is if you were trying to get your car to go 0 to 60 as fast as possible, you're not just going to keep pressing the gas pedal to get that faster. Obviously that's going to tap out eventually. So what you would do is obviously go into the parts that are responsible for acceleration, the engine, stuff like that, and tweak those to get the most performance and the most speed possible. Well, the body's the same way. What we need to do is go in and fix those areas in the body that are maybe leaking power, causing those energy leaks, and aren't allowing us to transfer energy and create as much rotational power and as much club head speed as possible. So today I want to share with you our 4-part method of how we increase club head speed and increase distance with our golfers. So the first part of this method we want to talk to you guys about is core activation. So core activation is a big buzzword out there. We obviously know core is important in the golf swing, but unfortunately most golfers are still doing old school core workouts. Maybe they're doing sit-ups or maybe even doing some type of planks. But with the golf swing, the most important thing with core activation is being able to hold posture and hold tension in the right places. One of the biggest moves we see in the golf swing is the pelvic tilt. And what happens with most people, the biggest swing flaw we see is early extension and coming up and out of it. And that boils down to not being able to control the pelvis and tuck it underneath us and get us in the right spot. And when we do that, we actually engage all these lower ab, pelvic floor, hip stabilizer muscles that are big muscles in the core. So that's a big thing that we work on with our golfers in here. The other thing with the core activation is actually being able to avoid rotation. So before we can generate a lot of club head speed, we have to teach our body how to create tension in the proper areas and actually hold proper posture and be able to resist rotation before we can actually learn how to accelerate properly. The next part of the method is rotational power. So some golfers still train for power. Maybe they do some plyometrics and stuff like that, which is great. But golf's a rotary sport, and we need to train it as such and really teach the body how to properly rotate. And what I mean by that is a lot of times there's energy leaks within the body, different parts of the body that are breaking down, and we need to address those areas, build those up, and then teach the body how to properly initiate that rotation with the hips and generate as much power as possible. Some people for rotational power will do lighted club swings, stuff like that, and that can help. That can be a tool we can utilize down the road. But until we actually fix the system and strengthen the areas and teach our body how to properly rotate, you're not going to get the benefits of those lighted club swings that you would normally get. So in here with all our golfers, again, we teach how to initiate the rotation with the hips. And we also do a lot of left-sided stuff or opposite-sided stuff if you're a right-handed golfer, just to be able to strengthen that area. Our body has a natural braking mechanism where it's going to slow down and only allow us to accelerate as strong as that opposite side can decelerate. So we also do a lot of training here on working on acceleration on that opposite side to maximize increasing club head speed. The next part of the method is our golf-specific strength. A lot of people do strength training. Like I said, a lot of people are still doing old school programs with machines or static flexibility, whatever it is. What we're trying to do in here is actually work on muscles specifically that are going to help with the golf swing. And the biggest thing which we see in the golf swing is, again, kind of leaking power and the body breaking down. And where we usually see that is posturally. So with our golf strength, we are kind of scanning through the body, seeing where those weak areas are and addressing those areas through certain strength exercises that we do in here. Again, one of the biggest things we work on is posture. Another big one we work on, like I said before, is core strength and being able to hold proper positions. And then a lot of stuff is we work on is strengthening the hips. The glutes are king in the golf swing. Most people sit at a desk all day. Most people are very weak in the glutes. So that's an area that we need to attack right away, build up. Once we can increase the glute strength and the hip strength, along with holding posture, we can start to generate club head speed a lot better. The last part of our method is what we call ESD, or energy systems development. This is kind of our form of cardio. Unfortunately, where most golfers miss the boat is they just do normal jogging or running for their cardio. That's really going to have zero effect on your golf game, and then sometimes it can even hinder it. Golf's a very anaerobic sport, so we need to train it as such. We need to train the body anaerobically. We need to make it more fast twitch if we're really trying to increase club head speed and hit the ball farther. Most people aerobically are plenty aerobically fit to play golf. All you're doing is walking 18 holes. Most people can do that. Golf's a very ballistic anaerobic sport, and we need to be able to repeat that ballistic, powerful movement in our swing shot after shot after shot for 18 holes. Most of the time what we see with people in this is their body's starting to break down on the back nine. Maybe they don't feel like they can swing as hard, maybe they're not hitting the ball as far, or maybe their body's physically breaking down and they're starting to use their lower back too much for a rotation, or their hips aren't activating enough. And what happens with that is that can show itself up in injuries and a lot of times in that low back pain. So what we do with our energy systems development is work on anaerobic cardio, work on being able to ballistically explode and repeat that movement time over time in the golf swing, and also be able to keep the body in the right position so that we're not compensating by using the lower back or any other joints that we shouldn't be using in the golf swing. We do this through our anaerobic cardio. So hopefully today you guys have learned a little bit about our method and how we increase club head speed, how we increase power, and how we help our golfers stay injury free and play without those aches and pains. A lot of our normal golfers in here that I've worked with, we've been able to increase club head speed by at least 10 miles an hour, as well as add at least 25 yards to their drive. So if that's something that you're interested in, click below and get more on the program that we're using to help golfers take their game to the next level.